Hey Bookish Babes, and welcome to day 9 of the 12 Days of Bookmas. For those that are new around here, the name's Rainy. I teach music and I read a billion types of books in all different sorts of genres. So if you're interested in that, like and subscribe down below. It really helps my channel grow. In today's video, we are going to be doing a book haul. Now I know Christmas is right around the corner. Rainy, why didn't you wait? Because I'm going to be getting a lot of books for Christmas, I'm sure. And I don't want to make this haul be about 60 million books. I already have about probably 30 to 35 books to share with you. And these are books that I've just accumulated over the course of the last month and a half. A lot of them are from gift cards from students. A lot of them are just purchases that I made. A lot of them are purchases that I made forever ago or purchases that are not coming to me as of yet. So, you know, we have a lot of ground to cover in this vloggy vlog. Or in this video. So just, you know, I was going to try and categorize them by when I got them or like genre, but I didn't do that. So we're just kind of going to go with like books that I bought either for specific purposes or just that I bought because I wanted to read it. And it's not going to be in any order at all. Okay, so here we go. One of the first books that I have for you in this book haul is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, and I purchased this to read for the Goodreads Chance or the Goodreads Romance Awards for the top 10, and it did make it to the top 10, and I have already read this. Cannot tell you my thoughts because that video is coming out very soon, but I did read that. I also purchased from Pango recently The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston because I read The 7-Year Slip, and so I'm definitely interested in seeing what this book is like because I've heard that this one is also very good, so I'm intrigued. Then let's talk about some books that I bought specifically for a vlog that has not come out yet. My friends are trying to have me read. Actually, I don't want you to see all of the books that they chose, so I'm only going to let you see 2 of the 4 that they chose for me. But my friends decided, instead of doing what I asked and choosing books that I would absolutely love, and they're trying to see which of them has better taste for me, they just said, oh, what are the weirdest, craziest books that we can have Rainy read? And so one of them chose Flame Seeker, literally a polyamorous menage a trois fantasy romance that is, I don't know. I don't know. So one of them's that, and then one of them picked this based on the cover, and I laughed because I was like, oh, I've been wanting to get this, but also you're going to make me read a 900-page book for this vlog, and that is A Day of Fallen Night by Miss Samantha Shannon. And I've been wanting to read this, but when she gave it to me, I said, girl, I'm not paying $35 for this. And she said, girl, it's $15. Like, it was used. And I looked, and it was, so I got it for $15. Am I excited to read this? Yes. For that particular vlog, no. But there are 2 other books that I got that I really want to share with you, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it a surprise because they are just crazy, the books that my friends chose for me. Then with a gift card that I got from a student, I purchased for myself Lessons in Corruption by Gianna Darling. I've been wanting to read this for a while. I've never read from Gianna Darling. I know she writes a lot of like mafia romance. This is part of her Fallen Men series, which I hope that I enjoy it because if I do, I want to also purchase the girls or the hardcover edition because the paperback editions are the men on the cover and the hardback covers are the girls on the cover, and I think that's a really cool concept to do. Like, it makes me want to get both, so maybe we'll acquire both eventually. Then when I went to this local bookstore the other day just to see if they had anything, I don't always get stuff from there, but they had a couple of books that I was interested in. One was Savage Lands by Stacey Marie Brown, and I don't know a lot about this, but it looks like it's a sci-fi fantasy type book, and I've heard a bunch of people say that it was really good, so I just picked it up. They did have books 2 and 3 in the series, and you know what? I held myself back. I said, Rainy, you're not buying those because you don't even know if you're going to enjoy those. You don't even know. Good job, Rainy. Good job. That same haul, I also got Words of Radiance by Brandy Sandy. Have I ever read Throne of Kings or Way of Kings? No. Is this the first book in Way of Kings? No, it's the second book. But I really wanted the big floppy paperback. And normally on Amazon, they're like $35. And so this was $6. Yeah, I got this for $6. So I figure if I'm going to collect the Way of Kings series anyway, might as well just start with whatever book I can get. So I'm very excited when I get to read this. However, I did just watch a video on YouTube the other day that said the order of the books that you should read, and this was not one of the first couple books that I should read, so I'm not going to get to this anytime soon. But I am glad that I acquired this beauty for so cheap. And then the last book that I purchased while I was at that bookstore was 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. I haven't heard a lot of bad things about this until recently, but I had just heard that this is like a really cute little like YA romance that's gonna like break my heart, and we all know that I'm heartless and that I don't cry at things, so maybe this will be the one to do it. I don't know. But all it says is 1 kiss lasts a moment, but 1,000 kisses can last a lifetime. let's see what it's all about. Then recently I purchased Hopeless, the Mirror Edition by Elsie Silver, because of course I had to have it match the rest of the books. So I have the Mirror Edition and the People Edition, and this was going to be going away in December, and so I bought this, so I have both copies. I don't have the Bloom editions, and I really do want to get this at some point, but this is the 5th book in the Chestnut Springs romance, so hopefully I can get to it at some point soon. I'm part of Probably Smut Book Club, and so they always do they don't always do special edition covers, but a lot of the times they do, and they did one for Christmas in Coconut Creek by Carissa Kinward, which is a book that I plan on reading hopefully the last week of December. I was going to do Christmas romances, even though Christmas will be over. Whatever. Sue me. Why don't you? And so this is the cover. It's very, very pretty. I love it a lot. I don't know what this book is about. I'm kind of going into it blind, but I'm very excited to see. My friend Kelsey just read it, and she said she had a really great time with it. And I just love the special edition cover. Like, it is so cute. I was waiting for the audiobook to come out, and I don't think the audiobook comes out until the 23rd, so I'm going to have to wait till that anyway. Then from this book exchange that we did in this Hustle Sandling, which is this productivity membership that I'm in, we had to give 3 books that we really wanted on our wish list, and I didn't get any of those for my Secret Santa. Instead, they gave me a random book, and they lucked out that I don't own it, and that I wanted it, and that I wanted it in hardcover, or else they would have been on the river without a paddle. And that is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I'm very happy to get this. I actually got this from Secret Santa 2 years ago too, funny fact. But I sold it because it was paperback edition, and I don't want paperback for these. I want the hardcover. And so I am very excited to get this. I hope that it is... I'm very excited that I have this, and I can't wait to read this because I read Yellowface this year and I absolutely loved it, so I'm hoping to prioritize this within the next year or 2. Then the other day, I went to Books A Million with a gift card that I got from one of my teachers at school, and so I bought 2 books from there, and I got Wretched by Emily McIntyre. This is the 3rd book in her, like, fairy tale series, and yes, I could have gotten this on Pango for way cheaper, but she is one of the only authors that I will buy her books like at full price, because I do want to support her, since, you know, she's going through breast cancer treatment right now, and so I'm trying to support her as best I can. But I read Hooked and loved it. I still own Scarred and haven't gotten to it, but this one I think is the Wizard of Oz themed. So that's exciting. And with that same gift card, I also picked up Warbreaker by Brandy Sandy. I know, I'm getting my Brander Sanderson on. This one I've heard you could start here if you enjoy romance, and it is a standalone in the Cosmere universe of his. And so I'm very excited to get to this. I know that Tori from Between Tori Pages or something, fantasy romance reader, just read this, although she only gave it a 3-star. But you know what? I'm going to read it anyway. Then from a different Secret Santa that we did in Haley Hughes' Patreon, because we always do it every single year, or at least the last 2 years we have, I got The Finisher, which is the 4th book in the Darkverse series by Runic, so now I only need 1 more book to complete what's out currently, because I know the 6th book is coming out either this year or next year, or the next year or the next year. But I'm very happy because I want to read this series way sooner than later, and I've been collecting them recently. I have all the audiobooks, so pretty soon it's going to be our moment to read this mafia-esque romance drama. And for my December book of the month, I happened to pick You Again by Kate Goldbeck, which I don't know when I'm going to get to this, maybe next year, because it's kind of a fall-themed book. But I got it because it was solely, like, kind of like, I guess, themed around When Harry Met Sally, and I love When Harry Met Sally like that. It's just a cozy comfort movie to watch, and so I'm very, very excited to read this. I will hopefully prioritize this in the next fall season. And then my other book of the month book was No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. I did read What Lies in the Woods by her, and it was just kind of in the middle of the road for me. I only picked it, honestly, because I wanted to get You Again, and I didn't like the fan favorites, and I didn't really care for the December choices. I was kind of like, just by them. I'm kind of, the last couple of months have been kind of by them, so I don't know if I'm going to cancel my book of the month subscription or not, but all I know is this one says 3 sisters, 2 murders, and too many secrets to count, so I will give her another chance, and if I don't like this thriller, I'm probably just done with her adult ones, at least for now. The next one I got, except for I'm very sad that I didn't order it in hardcover. I thought I had, and then I messed up, so I'm going to return it soon so that I can get it in hardcover, and that is Never by Jessa Hastings, which is her Peter Pan retelling. This is the woman that wrote Magnolia Park's universe, although I'm really scared because a lot of people have said that this book is not good. And I'm sad because I love Magnolia Parks. Like, Magnolia Parks is my girlie. She's my idol. She's my queen. She's my everything. And if this book is not good, I'm going to be a little sad in the sauce. I'm going to be a little sad, okay? So I'm really hoping that this is magical and wonderful and that I love it. Then, of course, I'm going through, like, my fantasy romance phase where I want to collect all the fantasy romance but never read it. I'm going to be a fantasy romance girl next year. And that is Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer, but I heard you should go into this as a cozy fantasy rather than a fantasy romance. which is what I'm planning on doing. But this one also works for Buzzword, which I'm going to be announcing pretty soon. I'm pretty sure I'm using this for that, because one of them has to be relationships, and assistant to the villain. That is a relationship, is it not? But yeah, I'm very excited. I have the red sprayed edges. It's gonna be a time. I believe at the same time I acquired that, I also bought Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, because I've been wanting to read this as well. I was in Kayla Books and Lala's YouTube channel membership, and they just did a live show for this, but I didn't read it. But they're going to be reading the second one for their spring edition, so I need to read this so that I can catch up and read the one for spring. I just think I'm going to love this. I really do. I think it's going to be a 5-star prediction, honestly. I'm so excited to hopefully get to this in the new year. Fan row cake, I also picked up Powerless by Lauren Roberts, because I really want to know what the hype is all about. I know I've been seeing this book around a lot, but I don't really know anything about it. I've been going into a lot of these books blind, but it looks so good. It's 500 pages. I know the second book comes out in early 2024, so it would be great if I could prioritize this sooner than later, but a girl can dream. I'm going to speed round this because my battery died, and I'm pretty sure this battery is about to die. So I also picked up The Foxglove King by Hannah Witten. I've been wanting to read this for a while. It was on Goodreads Fantasy, and so I'm hoping I can get to this sooner than later. I just want to read all the fantasy romances. Like, don't you know? Like, that's all I want to read. Then another one that I picked up through Fairy Loot, because I do have their subscription, is The Scarlet Alchemist by Kylie Lee Baker. And like, this is beautiful. Like the sprayed edges as well. And then we have the actual end pages, which that is just gorgeous. And then we have the front of the book. Like, I kid you not, this is beautiful. Like, this is a vibe and magical, and I'm very excited to read this. I haven't read anything by Kylie Baker before, but like, I'm really hoping that I enjoy this, and I'm really happy to have this very special edition of this book that I bought on Pango because it was like $5, and that was a great deal, and I'm reading it for a book club this month, and that is A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden. I've been wanting to read this. This was also on the Fantasy Romance Choices for Goodreads, and it's the first in the epic fantasy romance trilogy, The Sacred Stones. And I know A Promise of Peridot, which is the second one, is coming out soon, so it'd be great if I could finish this month and then be on track for that. So yeah. This looks super good as well. And then my friend actually sent me a book because she had duplicates of it, and she asked if I wanted it for free before she put it on Pango, and I said, yes, I love you so much. And that is Salt Kiss by Sierra Simone. So thank you, Kelly. She is fabulous. I love her so very much. This is Sierra Simone's new book series, like after she just finished, you know, Priest and all that. And so I'm very excited to get to this. It's based off of Lyonesse, or what are they called? Tristan and Isolde, which actually I saw that opera in college. I had to watch it for a class, so I'm very intrigued by this. Like, I love that type of like Greek mythology, like urban-y, like, I don't know. I'm very much about that. So hopefully this is everything I want it to be and more. Okay, last couple. I know we can do this. Recently on Mercari, I saw somebody selling the entire Balance series by Lucia Franco. So we have all of that, except for we have a little bit of a snafu. So we have book number 1, Balance, which if you don't know what these are a forbidden gymnast and coach romance. And the scandal behind this is that the original series, when she released it, had the main character being 15 turning 16, and then she had to re-release it because Amazon and a bunch of people gave her crap, and she now has the character is 16 going on 17 to have this relationship with the coach, which is still kind of young in my taste, but you know what beauty be. So anyway, I have Balance, which is the first book, and then I have Execution, which is the second book, and then this is where the snafu comes in. She was supposed to send all 5 books. She didn't realize she didn't own all 5 books, and so she sent me 2 of the same book, book 3, release, but they are not the same size or page length, actually. And so I looked them up by ISBN number, and one of them is the unedited original copy of the 15 going on 16-year-old girl, where like scenes have been changed and shit. And then one of them is the new one. And so of course I'm keeping both of them. So I told her not to worry about it because I'm going to sell this one. So this one is already on my Pango. So if you're interested in that one, it's on my Pango. But I have both of these, and then I also have Dismount, which is book 5. So then I was kind of frustrated though, because I was like, oh, I don't have the 4th one, and I paid for it. So then the seller decided to be super, super kind and bought me the 4th book off of Amazon and is mailing it to me because of their mistake for not realizing that they didn't own all 5 books in the series, which I thought was incredibly sweet. So anyway, I'm very excited to have this series. I've been wanting to read the series for a hot minute, and it's just very expensive because the books are actually pretty heavy and pretty chunky. So I'm very glad that I own these books now. And my beautiful friends Brittany and Kelsea from Brittany Loves Reading and Reads with Kelsea, I will link their YouTubes and Instagrams down below because they are both fabulous people, and I'm so happy that I met them in this corner of the internet. They mailed me books for Christmas, and one of them is A Court This Cruel and Lovely by Stacia Stark, which I've been wanting to read this so freaking much. Can you tell I'm on a romantic kick? So I'm going to prioritize this in the new year for sure. And then they also got me Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig, which I'm very excited about because I own One Dark Window. and I haven't gotten to it yet. What's also very exciting is that literally like the day before they purchased this, which I still would have bought it, Fairy Loot released that you could buy the second book again. They were doing a reprint of the nice edition, fancy edition of like sprayed edges and stuff and end papers for Two Twisted Crowns. So I bought that. I actually got it when there was only 8 books left. I lucked out. I don't have the first one though, so I'm going to have to see if someone will sell me the first one. But that's very exciting. So I do have a nice special edition of this coming my way too. But thank you, Brittany and Kelsea. I love you so much. And then while we're on that topic, I have a couple of Fairy Loot things coming to me. I have a really pretty 4th edition version coming towards me. I was going to get the Iron Flame one and it sold out before I could buy it, but I do have a 4th Wing special edition coming, and I have the very beautiful special editions of Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. Like all 3 books are coming to me. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. They're going to be beautiful. Sprayed edges, end papers, like reverse dust jackets, all the things. I'm so excited. Like that is the purchase that I was so excited about. I waited in line for like 40 minutes and I made it and I got it and I'm so happy that I did. Honestly, that's one of the best purchases that I got this year because they are gorgeous. All right, last couple of books. I got these with gift cards from my students. So I picked up The Butcher by Jennifer Hillier because this is the only book. I have 2 books left by her to read, and then I can rank her and solidify her as a favorite author of all time. However, you can only get this book in mass market paperback, I have discovered, and I'm not a mass market paperback girly, but I wanted the book, so it'd be what it be. Then also picked up Blood and Steel by Helen Shearer, an epic romantic fantasy. It is book 1 in a series. I'm very excited to get this. I also recently just purchased a book that came out with like a bunch of other authors. Like they all made like monster romances, but like they go with the worlds of like a series of theirs. And so hers is called like Slaying the Shadow Prince or something. And I'll put a picture of it on the screen. But I just purchased that off Pango. And I've heard that you're supposed to read that in between book 1 and book 2 of this. And so I'm going to read that. I'll read this and then read that. So I'm very excited to get both of those. I'm excited to give these a try. I've heard they are pretty good. And I finally did the dang deed and got myself the last book in the War of Lost Hearts trilogy, Mother of Death and Dawn. This one is a chunker. Like, I don't even know how many pages. I didn't even look to see. This one is, 700 pages. You know what? We're living our best life. That's okay. Miss Carissa can write 700 pages because I will read that because she is just so freaking fabulous. But I'm so happy to have this on my shelf, especially because I love how all of the covers are just really, really pretty. So very happy that I own this. And then the last 3 I'm very excited to share are from Dark and Disturbed. So they are not a subscription-based company. They basically just open their site at a specific time and they change the times throughout the different sales. And they say, okay, well, first come, first serve, and it's just a mad dash. Although you have to purchase within the first minute or 2 that they're available or else they go away. Like I was too slow and I got on 30 seconds too late. And I wasn't able to get the special book box with like the shirt and apparently they were sending some scandalous thing in the mail, like a vibrator or something with it. So I only got the books. But the books are really awesome and they're Harley LaRue. She was the author for this time. And so I got The Dare by Harley LaRue, which is a novella, a very kinky novella, but like, isn't that stunning? Like that, I'm so excited to own this. Like, so excited. And then they also gave us The Losers Part 1 and Part 2 by them, which I've also been wanting to read. So this is Part 1. Isn't that gorgeous? And like, let's look at the front, like, oh, I'm so excited. And then here's book 2. I just love this so much. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Like seriously, when these came in, I was so excited to own these and say that I have these, and I'm just so beyond excited. And then I guess I'll share one more that is coming on its way to me. But Tate James, recently her Hate series like came out, or the People covers went away, and I was going to buy those, but I didn't have time to buy them. But she had a special edition print run that she did with Rachel from Rachel's Fit. I don't know. I'll show her Instagram down here underneath. But they had these alternate cover editions that they were bringing back, reprinting, like I guess in celebration of her books getting picked up by Bloom. And so I purchased them and I'm very excited. They will be to me at some point. I don't know when. I don't know when they're coming. But I'm very excited to have bought those. So those are also on their way at some point in time. And so with that is all the books that I have acquired lately. I really acquire a lot around the Christmas season. But you know what? Don't judge. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Book buying is different than book reading. Okay? It's a hobby in and of itself. So with that, I hope you enjoyed day 9, and I will see you guys in a video. If you got all the way to the end, comment a book emoji, of course, and let me know what is a book that you hauled recently that you really, really enjoyed, or that you're getting ready to really enjoy. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!